Yeah, well, we opened them up a couple of times in the first half, Dog, but we just, it looks like we were absolutely terrible, but where we were bad in the game was just some small effort areas. If there was a ball on the ground, they got it. If they knocked it back from a kick, they got it. If it bounced off the legs, they got it. And they're all a sign that we, and when we went through on the 2 occasions, we passed it to no one. So, not only was our execution just not quite good enough, but in the effort areas, I just thought, they were a little bit superior. And if we're not going to match them in the effort areas, they've got quality team, aren't they? The ball's going to fall their way. And I think they had 4 tries from kicks and 1 from an intercept, and they had 2 from pass them. But some of the tries they scored were really, really nice tries from the kicks. Like got a winger out of position. Caleb was very deep later in the half, and that's a young kid playing in a position. He'll learn that. Your better experienced players, they like to pick on fullbacks late in halves, and that's just an experience thing which KP will learn along the way. But it was more disappointing as far as just little effort areas. I thought they were better than us in that area, and with the players they got, we can't afford to be letting them do better in those areas. And obviously things fell their way, and they deserved to get a good win.
Remy, do you anticipate you're going to have games like that this year?
Oh, look, we've got to be open-minded that we're going to come into some contests, and we'd like to have done a lot better today. I thought at times today, like in the physical part, I thought physically at times we handled them really, really well. The thing for us is being consistent in some areas, and we've still got some of our own players that have come through who are used to losing, who don't play like winners consistent enough neither, and they've got to learn to win. And with the players we've brought in all from the good clubs, that'll happen over time. But we would like to think we could have made a bit of a better account today, even though, as I said, I don't think as far as some things we were disgraceful, but we certainly just needed to get the small parts of the game better than what we did. And the effort one was probably the most disappointing, where we had a few players in the first half who just didn't do their job with enough effort, and at 24-8, that's where the game was won and lost.
Ronnie, there was so much, talk and lead up with Mitchell today, coming against South Parliament. How did you handle it? Did you sense a difference before?
No, he's been great, Mitchell. He handled it really well, and we had a good approach the week. Obviously, I think they handled it very well. You can tell by the score of the game. There was obviously a lot of pressure on the Roosters, with what they've brought in, and if they don't win the comp, people are going to be sort of saying, well, that's not good enough, but it's bloody hard to win a comp, and there is a lot of pressure on them, and they showed today that they are a good club, and the blokes they've brought in are good players, and they handled it well. And I thought Mitchell and Aiden and Connor and Skids already played against Roosters, so I thought they handled it very well as well. And we've openly said we've got 4 players that we're very happy to have at our club that are all good guys and they're good trainers. And and the Roosters blokes have handled themselves well as well. They are a good club, and in the last 20 years they've had how many different coaches Nick's brought in. They've all been in grand finals, and they continue to bring in good players to their squad. They are a good club, and it's the challenge for us. That's where we've got to get to. We've got to get to where they are as a club, and if you do that and you're consistently finishing up in that top 4, then you can look at winning competitions. But tonight showed that we've still got a long way to go, which we knew before we came here. But we certainly would have liked to have done a little better than what we did. He's not looking real good now. He's looking, at this stage, they're thinking a shoulder op's going to be have to happen, which would be at least a 12-week injury. Yeah, well, he come back on the field, and so he was all good, which is pleasing.
Remy, it was obviously really encouraging the first 2 weeks. That's obviously deflating. How do you handle the side up? That's going to be hard to...
Oh, look, I think what we have got now, really, we have got some good experienced players in our club. That I said I understand what winning's about, and we've still got some younger ones who have played in a lot of games where that's not uncommon. And the key for us is we've got to keep working on what's going to work for us as a club, and certainly one of the things we want to be prided on is the smaller effort areas of the game. We want to get that right. But look, we've had 2 good results against 2 good sides, and today we come here against one of the premiership favourites, and we come up short. But look, we certainly won't be throwing the toys out. We'll go back, have a look at the video, and we've got a great bunch of guys who all want to improve their game. They all like watching their videos and working hard with their different coaches, and they all love coming to training. So, we'll come in, and next week we've got the Dragons, who are one of the only unbeaten sides, and that's the nature of the competition, how tough it is. And, we saw Manly from this week to last week, what a change can happen when you're just a touch off, and we were a touch off today, and we played a very good football side, and we probably got a bit of what we deserved at the end of the day.
Jamie, as a player, how did you explain being second best all game in the effort areas?
Well, it's not ideal. Like Brownie said, a lot of the tries they scored were well executed plays off kicks. So I suppose there's a bit of solace in that, but obviously we'll go back and have a look. And look at areas in which we can improve. Obviously, there's a few scrap tries there where, we didn't quite get on the ball, but, all in all, the approach we've got to take is that it is round 3. We weren't getting carried away after the first 2 rounds. This certainly isn't evidence of that. We came here looking to give a good account of ourselves, and, we've certainly fallen short, but, we're already ready to go back, have a look at the video. As Brownie said, we've got a lot of boys that are keen to learn and continue to improve. So, the boys are going to go back, have a look at them areas in which, they might be, part of the problem in some of them tries, and we're going to look to put in a much better performance next week. So, like I said, it is only round 3. Ideally we don't, perform how we just did, and, we got beaten by a better team tonight. But there's plenty of footy left to be played, so, we've got to have that mentality of, moving on. Finding some positives there and working on the negatives, and on to round 4.
Brownie, you've got a problem down your left edge. Moga, probably not his best game again today.
They only got 1 try from a kick down there, Baz. That was Rossi, was probably out of position. So, well, that's a combination thing, and twice Tao was in the clear, and he come up with a pass, and you're hopeful as a centre, I suppose, that your winger's there. Why Rossi wasn't there, we'll have to have a look at the video and see if he should have been there. But the good thing was he was in the clear, so they'll take a real positive out of that. Obviously, we'd like to find a pass. But I thought defensively, from where our left side was against Parramatta, as I said, they got the 1 try down that side from a kick today, and we did get stitched up a bit. So I think, Tao's mates, we're really happy with the progress he's made. He had major surgery, which was he didn't train at all with junior and that. So, I think from a point of view of where he's at, we're quite comfortable that he's really made improvements each week. Obviously, the scoreboard today didn't look good for us, but as I said, the 1 try that happened down their edge wasn't Tao's fault. So he can take a fair bit out of that, I reckon.